Students, let's talk about recombinant DNA technology today. Suppose we have a gene, okay? This is a gene that we have. We want this gene and this is our gene of interest. Suppose this gene is coding for insulin, okay? I'll write here. This gene is coding for insulin. Okay? And I want this insulin, single insulin will not give me the hormone, okay, that I require, okay, that is injected into the people having diabetes. So what I want million of copies of this insulin gene. So how I'm going to amplify, okay, if I want the millions, okay, if I want the million of copies, okay, of this insulin gene, how am I going to multiply, okay, this gene? So we have the technology, this is called as recombinant DNA technology. So this is my source organism, okay, from which I'm going to get the DNA and the gene that is coding for insulin. Then the second step is there is a vector. Okay, now what is vector? Vector, I can, for simple terms, I will give you one example, that is in bacteria the plasmids are formed. Okay, now the plasmids, they are these vectors are the machines who are going to multiply your gene. So the plasmids, if you see, if suppose this is a bacteria, okay, and this is a plasmid, so the plasmids are extra chromosomal material, okay, that amplifies, that replicates autonomously independent of the bacterial chromosome. Suppose this is a bacterial chromosome, this plasmids will not take help of this bacterial chromosome for amplification, okay, they will replicate by their own. So if suppose we insert, okay, if suppose we insert our gene of interest into this plasmids, okay, the plasmids are going to replicate, and when the plasmids are going to replicate, a gene of interest will also get replicated. Okay, so this is how we are going to, this is a machinery. So what are the vectors are actually the machinery which helps you to multiply your gene. Okay, so this is vector. So the third thing, the first we want is our gene of interest, the second thing we want our vector, and the third thing we want is restriction enzymes. So what are these restriction enzymes? We call them as a molecular scissors. Okay, you are not going to take the whole gene, okay, only the gene of interest is required, and you are going to cut and paste here. So to cut and paste, you also have to cut this plasmid, okay. So this is what we get, we take help of this restriction enzyme, the restriction enzymes, okay. Now they cut the gene of interest, okay, and they will cut your plasmid, okay. But now what are the characteristics of this restriction enzyme is that the restriction enzymes, where they do cut, restriction enzymes, they cut at specific palindromic sequences, they are called as palindromic sequence. Okay, so let's talk about what is this palindromic sequences. The restriction enzymes, they are going to cut your DNA and the plasmid, but remember, they are not going to cut at random sites, they are going to cut at palindromic sequences. So what are these palindromic sequences? Suppose these are the special recognition sequences. Suppose let's take example of Malayalam. Okay, here I write Malayalam, okay. Okay, if you see the symmetry, okay, you can read this word from left to right and from right to left, okay. It makes the same six. Here, see, Malayalam, okay, and Malayalam. So you can read this sequence in both the ways, from left to right to from right to left. So it says the same meaning. So Malayalam, okay. So this is the palindromic sequences, okay. And you know what, you are having this genetic sequence, suppose GAATTC, okay, and here GAATTC, okay. These are the palindromic sequences. You can read this word from left to right and from right to left, okay. So GAATTC, GAATTC, okay. So this is the palindromic sequences. So if your source organism, okay, if it contains this palindromic sequence, as suppose the same sequence, these are plasmids, if suppose the same recognition site palindromic sequence is there in your plasmid, then if suppose you are selecting one uh, suppose enzyme, restriction enzyme, okay, EcoR1, okay, where the enzyme is going to cut, the enzyme is going to cut at G, okay. So where the restriction enzyme cut, it cuts at the specific site in both the sequences, okay, at a particular space. It breaks the two strands, okay, at a specific site. So it is going to cut here at G. So this is the restriction enzyme will do. Clear, students?